1. How will a police officer in a patrol vehicle normally get you to stop? A. Wait until you stop, then approach you. B. Pull alongside you, use the siren and wave you to stop. C. Flash the headlights, indicate right and point to the right. D. Use the siren, overtake, cut in front and stop. The correct answer is C. Flash the headlights, indicate right and point to the right. 2. You are traveling at the legal speed limit. A vehicle comes up quickly behind, flashing its headlights. You should A. Touch the brakes sharply to show your brake lights. B. Accelerate to make a gap behind you. C. Allow the vehicle to overtake. D. Maintain your speed to prevent the vehicle from overtaking. The correct answer is C. Allow the vehicle to overtake. 3. You must not use your horn when you are stationary. A. Unless a moving vehicle may cause you danger. B. Unless it is used only briefly. C. Except for signaling that you have just arrived. D. At any time whatsoever. The correct answer is A. Unless a moving vehicle may cause you danger. 4. You are driving at night on an unlit road behind another vehicle. You should A. Switch off your headlights. B. Use full beam headlights. C. Flash your headlights. D. Use dipped beam headlights. The correct answer is D. Use dipped beam headlights. 5. You are on a well-lit motorway at night. You must A. Always use your headlights. B. Use headlights only in bad weather. C. Use only your side lights. D. Always use rear fog lights. The correct answer is A. Always use your headlights. 6. You are traveling at night, you are dazzled by headlights coming towards you. You should A. Pull down your sun visor. B. Slow down or stop. C. Put your hand over your eyes. D. Switch on your main beam headlights. The correct answer is B. Slow down or stop. 7. Hazard warning lights should be used when vehicles are A. Faulty and moving slowly. B. Being towed along a road. C. Broken down and causing an obstruction. D. Reversing into a side road. The correct answer is C. Broken down and causing an obstruction. 8. When may you use hazard warning lights when driving? A. On rural routes, after a warning sign of animals. B. Instead of sounding the horn in a built-up area between 11:30 p.m. and 7 a.m. C. On a motorway or unrestricted dual carriageway, to warn of a hazard ahead. D. On the approach to Toucan Crossing where cyclists are waiting to cross. The correct answer is C. On a motorway or unrestricted dual carriageway, to warn of a hazard ahead. 9. You are driving down a long steep hill. You suddenly notice your brakes are not working as well as normal. What is the usual cause of this? A. Air in the brake fluid. B. The brakes overheating. C. Badly adjusted brakes. D. Oil on the brakes. The correct answer is B. The brakes overheating. 10. To correct a rear wheel skid you should A. Steer into it. B. Steer away from it. C. Apply your handbrake. D. Not steer at all. The correct answer is A. Steer into it. 11. You are driving along a wet road. How can you tell if your vehicle's tires are losing their grip on the surface? A. The steering will feel very heavy. B. The steering will feel very light. C. The engine will stall. D. The engine noise will increase. The correct answer is B. The steering will feel very light. 12. Anti-lock brakes may not work as effectively if the road surface is. Choose two options. A. Dry. B. Wet. C. Firm. D. Good. E. Loose. The correct answers are B. Wet and E. Loose. 13. Driving a vehicle fitted with anti-lock brakes allows you to A. Steer and brake at the same time. B. Brake harder because it is impossible to skid. C. Pay less attention to the road ahead. D. Drive at higher speeds. The correct answer is A. Steer and brake at the same time. 14. Your vehicle is fitted with anti-lock brakes. To stop quickly in an emergency, you should A. Brake firmly and pump the brake pedal on and off. B. Brake rapidly and firmly without releasing the brake pedal. C. Brake rapidly once, and immediately release the brake pedal. D. Brake gently and pump the brake pedal on and off. The correct answer is B. Brake rapidly and firmly without releasing the brake pedal. 15. Traveling for long distances in neutral, known as coasting. A. Uses more fuel. B. Makes steering easier. C. Improve the driver's control. D. Reduces the driver's control. The correct answer is D. Reduces the driver's control. 16. You are driving down a steep hill. Why could keeping the clutch down or rolling in neutral for too long be dangerous? A. Fuel consumption will be higher. B. It will damage the engine. C. It will wear tires out more quickly. D. Your vehicle will pick up speed. The correct answer is D. Your vehicle will pick up speed. 17. As a driver you can help reduce pollution levels in town centers by A. Walking or cycling. B. Over-revving in a low gear. C. Driving more quickly. D. Driving short journeys. The correct answer is A. Walking or cycling. 18. How can missing out some gear changes save fuel? A. Because there is less need to use the foot brake. B. By reducing the amount of time you are accelerating. C. Because coasting is kept to a minimum. D. By controlling the amount of steering. The correct answer is B. By reducing the amount of time you are accelerating. 19. On a vehicle where will you find a catalytic converter? A. In the air filter. B. In the fuel tank. C. On the cooling system. D. On the exhaust system. The correct answer is D. On the exhaust system. 20. You are leaving your vehicle parked on a road unattended. When may you leave the engine running? A. If the battery keeps going flat. B. If you'll be parking for less than 5 minutes. C. When parked in a 20 miles per hour zone. D. Never if you are away from the vehicle. The correct answer is D. Never if you are away from the vehicle. 21. You are traveling on a motorway. Unless sign shows a lower speed limit, you must not exceed A. 50 miles per hour. B. 60 miles per hour. C. 70 miles per hour. D. 80 miles per hour. The correct answer is C. 70 miles per hour. 22. Overall stopping distance is made up of thinking and braking distance. You are on a good dry road surface with good brakes and tires. What is the typical braking distance from 50 miles per hour? A. 14 meters, 46 feet. B. 24 meters, 80 feet. C. 55 meters, 180 feet. D. 38 meters, 125 feet. The correct answer is D. 38 meters, 125 feet. 23. Which three of the following will affect your stopping distance? Choose three options. A. The weather. B. The tires of your vehicle. C. How fast you are going. D. The time of day. E. The street lighting. The correct answers are A. The weather. B. The tires of your vehicle. And C. How fast you are going. 24. You should leave at least a 2-second gap between your vehicle and the one in front when conditions are A. Good. B. Foggy. C. Wet. D. Damp. The correct answer is A. Good. 25. What is the reason for the area marked in red and white along the center of this road? A. It is to separate traffic flowing in opposite directions. B. It marks an area to be used by overtaking motorcyclists. C. It is separating the two sides of the dual carriageway. D. It is a temporary marking to warn of the roadworks. The correct answer is A. It is to separate traffic flowing in opposite directions. 26. You are on a 2-lane dual carriageway. For which two of the following would you use the left-hand lane? Choose two options. A. Normal progress. B. Constant high speed. C. Overtaking slower traffic. D. Turning right. E. Staying at the minimum allowed speed. The correct answers are C. Overtaking slower traffic and D. Turning right. 27. On a 3-lane motorway, which lane should you normally use? A. Left. B. Right. C. Center. D. Either the right or center. The correct answer is B. Right. 28. The right-hand lane on a 3-lane motorway is for use by A. Large vehicles only. B. Emergency vehicles only. C. Any vehicle. D. Slow vehicles only. The correct answer is C. Any vehicle. 29. The left-hand lane of a 3-lane motorway is A. The right turn lane. B. An acceleration lane. C. For lorries only. D. An overtaking lane. The correct answer is D. An overtaking lane. 30. You are driving along a road that has a cycle lane. The lane is marked by a solid white line. This means that during its period of operation, A. The lane may be used for parking your car. B. You may drive in that lane at any time. C. You must not drive in that lane. D. The lane may be used when necessary. The correct answer is C. You must not drive in that lane. 31. How can driving in an eco-safe manner help protect the environment? A. Through increased fuel bills. B. Through the legal enforcement of speed regulations. C. By reducing exhaust emissions. D. By increasing the number of cars on the road. The correct answer is C. By reducing exhaust emissions. 32. When must you drive over a footpath? A. To overtake slow-moving traffic. B. If no pedestrians are near. C. To get into a property. D. When the pavement is very wide. The correct answer is C. To get into a property. 33. When approaching a tunnel, it is good to A. Put on your sunglasses and use the sun visor. B. Change down to a lower gear. C. Make sure your radio is tuned to the frequency shown. D. Check your tire pressures. The correct answer is C. Make sure your radio is tuned to the frequencies shown. 34. A driver does something that upsets you. You should A. Let them know how you feel. B. Try not to react. C. Sound your horn. D. Flash your headlights several times. The correct answer is B. Try not to react. 35. Tailgating means A. Reversing into a parking space. B. Using the rear door of a hatchback car. C. Following another vehicle too closely. D. Driving with rear fog lights on. The correct answer is C. Following another vehicle too closely. 36. What else can seriously affect your concentration other than alcoholic drinks? Choose 3 options. A. Drugs. B. Tinted windows. C. Contact lenses. D. Loud music. E. Tiredness. The correct answers are A. Drugs. D. Loud music, and E. Tiredness. 37. What is the safest way to use a mobile phone in your vehicle? A. Use hands-free equipment. B. Drive slowly on a quiet road. C. Direct your call through the operator. D. Find a suitable place to stop. The correct answer is D. Find a suitable place to stop. 38. Your vehicle is fitted with a hands-free phone system. Using this equipment whilst driving A. Could distract your attention from the road. B. Is recommended by the highway code. C. It's quite safe as long as you slow down. D. Could be very good for road safety. The correct answer is A. Could distract your attention from the road. 39. You are driving a slow-moving vehicle on a narrow winding road. You should A. Keep well out to stop vehicles overtaking dangerously. B. Pull in safely when you can, to let following vehicles overtake. C. Give a left signal when it is safe for vehicles to overtake you. D. Wave following vehicles past you if you think they can overtake quickly. The correct answer is B. Pull in safely when you can, to let following vehicles overtake. 40. You are driving past a line of parked vehicles. You notice a ball bouncing out into the road ahead. What should you do? A. Stop and wave the children across to fetch their ball. B. Slow down and be prepared to stop for children. C. Continue driving at the same speed and sound your horn. D. Continue driving at the same speed and flash your headlights. The correct answer is B. Slow down and be prepared to stop for children.